This is super, super, super simple, but also really delicious, I promise. I have a lot of tofu here, 700 grams. This is medium firm tofu, and I wouldn't use anything less firm than medium firm. You know, I definitely wouldn't use, say, silken tofu, because that's just gonna crumble and break apart and become tofu soup in a pan. So there's that. And that's literally it for like the actual tofu part. And then everything else is gonna be put into a quick sauce. So I got some green onions, cilantro, red chili, garlic. In here, I also have some soy sauce, sugar, and sesame oil. And all of this is gonna be combined to create a really simple, really refreshing sort of dressing almost to put on top of the pan-seared tofu. So let's get going. Okay, so tofu, cut it open. And drain the water. Because I'm pan-searing the tofu, I want the pieces to be nice and dry on the surface so that I can get some color. Got 4 pieces here. I'm gonna cut each into 8 pieces. I think that's the way to go. So I don't want this to be too thick, because then it would take way too long to cook. So that. And then cut it in half this way, half this way. You could make them even thinner, but I don't want to risk puncturing more tofu pieces, because I've already done that. So I have 16 cubes, tofu steaks, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna put these back in the fridge. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna transfer these pieces onto a plate lined with paper towel, because again, I want them very dry on the surface. Okay, so the dipping sauce is really simple. It's just chopped up herbs with soy and sugar and sesame oil. And I'm gonna use a whole chili because I like it kind of spicy. I'm gonna keep the seeds in as well. This is kind of a, you know, way to fast track your chopping. Just like open it up. It's like when you cut up leeks. This is also what you do, and then you just kind of chop away. Again, I'm leaving the seeds in. It is going to be kind of spicy, but it's just one chili, so it's fine. And then cilantro. I love cilantro. If you hate cilantro, I don't think you can sub it with parsley. I think they're very different herbs. Maybe just leave this out then, because it has a very unique sort of aroma. And I don't want this to be cut too coarsely. I mean, too finely. I want these cut into kind of, 1 centimeter chunks, so that I get some texture in my sauce. So that's done. I'm running my knife through them only once, and this is, I know this is a lot of cilantro, but again, love cilantro. Can't beat that. Then 1 green onion. the whole green onion as well. I don't like to like separate the white part from the green part when I cook or whatever. I think they're, you know, they should be treated equal. So that's done. And finally, got 2 cloves of raw garlic. Because I'm adding these raw, I only need 2 cloves. Oh well. Stubborn guys, eh? We're gonna chop these somewhat finely. So to quote unquote finely chop garlic, you just basically, first of all, smash them. And then roughly chop them. And just group them together and run your knife through the whole pile a few times. All right, looks good to me. Now to make the sauce, I'm gonna add, let's say, 1/3 teaspoon of sugar. And 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And a couple teaspoons of sesame oil. Let me just add a little bit more soy sauce. And then mix it up. That's literally it. All right, here we go. Heat on, medium. I also have a wok right next to it because I'm also making a stir fry. And I already have rice ready to go here. So the pan at this stage is still pretty cold, but I am gonna go in with a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil. Kind of form this layer of oil on the bottom of the pan. And I'm actually gonna go in with the tofu right now. Very nice and gently. You know what, let's do the Gordon Ramsay clock method. Start with one piece of 12 o'clock and just go around so that when I flip them, I'll know which one to flip first. Great. I have this broken piece. Put that on the side. All right. So these are just gonna sit here and relax for at least 5 minutes, I would say, until they get some color on the first side, and then I'm gonna flip them and maybe brown the other sides a little bit. But again, tofu is very delicate. Although this is firm tofu, the pieces might still, you know, fall apart pretty easily, so I don't want to start on a high heat. So I have the heat on medium, and I'm just gonna let the oil come up to temperature, and yeah.
Few moments later.
So now the oil is starting to sizzle a little bit. That's a good sign. I don't want this to, you know, not sizzle like forever. I just want this to be a very gentle cook. So that's great. We'll leave them as is. I'm actually gonna just make the stir-fry dish on this wok real quick. It's a shrimp and frozen peas stir-fry. And go check out my recipe on that. I'll put it somewhere in the video. And just turn the heat up a little bit from medium to medium-high. All right. So the stir fry is coming together. Now let's see if our tofu is getting some good color as well. That's nice. Give them a flip. Oh, look at that. All right. So with these guys, you just need to have some patience, and look at them now. And second side is gonna go much faster because obviously the pan is up to temperature. So look, that's beautiful. Flick them back over, especially for the first couple of pieces. The first side didn't really pick up that much color, so just give them another chance. And you got to be delicate because these are still very fragile, even at this stage. You know, you do have a crust on the outside, but still. Just double check from the pieces here. Oh, that's done. That looks done to me. Okay. Let's turn the heat off and trying to get these out of the pan onto a plate. And yeah, that's a tofu dish. All right. I know this looks like a lot of rice, but it's because I put the rice on top of the shrimp dish that I made. And also, the background noise is coming from the dishwasher. But we'll see how this part turns out. Just try the shrimp dish real quick. A little bit of that sauce, cilantro. Ooh, tofu is still extremely soft in the middle. Very crispy on the outside. Doesn't get sogged up with the dressing as well. And the chili isn't that hot either. Now there is another way of doing this dish, which involves deep frying. So you basically do everything else the same, but instead of searing the tofu, you deep fry them. But I mean, I've never really done like a deep fry at home. This way it gives you nearly as much flavor. Ow. Not nearly, but not nearly as much cleanup is what I'm trying to say. This herb combination of cilantro, green onion, garlic, chili forms this sort of classic dressing or sauce for whatever food that you're cooking. You know, just put this dressing on top and makes it 25 times better. And it's precisely 25 times, not 24, not 26. Scientifically proven. There you go. I mean, technically this dish right here, the tofu dish, is vegan. So I guess that's a plus. I mean, just look at this. Look at this piece. Nice and caramelized. Soft in the middle. Really, really simple in terms of ingredients and steps. What we really need to do is just be patient and don't turn the heat up too high. Be very careful when you flip the tofu. Also get the right kind of tofu, you know, the medium firm type. Make sure the surface is dry. And you know, if you don't have cilantro, chili, and green onion, just drizzle some soy sauce on top. It's still gonna be good. It's not gonna be as good, but it's still gonna be good. And if you don't eat spicy, don't put the chili in. If you don't like raw garlic, you know, do whatever you want. But this combination of herbs and seasoning liquids is really, 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 really good. Just give it a try. So yeah, crispy tofu with fresh herbs and soy sauce and sesame oil. There we go. Like, subscribe, comment, share, make this dish. make the shrimp dish as well. Have fun. I'm out.